Hey there, welcome to Dave Flynn on the radio, the #1 blogcast on the internet. I'm Dave Flynn, and since reading is hard, I'm going to do it for you. You know, last month, we had a great day in Seattle. I met up with a few buddies to play Green Lake Pitch and Putt, our second annual round on the track, a tradition unlike any other. And after that round, having a few beers in Tinseltown, we got onto the subject of Adam Carolla. Turns out, most of us were, at one point, daily listeners. Carolla was here in Seattle on 107.7 The End, first as comedic relief for Loveline, and later in the morning slot that Howard Stern had left behind. Eventually, chasing listeners, the stations all turned against him and went towards top 40. Carolla was out. Painful, but as they say, the best thing that ever happened to him. No longer captive, no longer bound to those morning commute times. He launched the pirate ship, the Adam Carolla Show, an early entrant into podcasting. And despite our reverence for the guy, none of us listen to him anymore. So what happened? Why do we stop going back to some things and keep returning to others again and again? That's what today's post is about. So let's find out. You can find an idea every Monday over at winwithflynn.com. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's jump into the show.
Got one idea that I'm especially psyched out of my mind about. You know, it's one of those ideas where you're just like, yes!
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Dave Flynn.
On the radio.
Hold on to your butts.
When Carolla's name came up, I told the guys I had to stop. He was just so angry all the time. A buddy said, yeah, he got political, got red-pilled, started having conspiracy theorists on. Another friend said, yeah, he was right about the Malibu fires, though. And then Mike said, guys, all that is true, but I cannot listen to Carolla talk about passion fruit iced tea one more effing time. Passion fruit iced tea. So simple, but that was the crux of it. It wasn't that Carolla had changed. His personality, his politics, I mean, we all change, right? But somewhere between broadcaster and listener, somewhere between entertainer and fan, a relationship forms. And those long-running relationships last because both sides are changing together. With Carolla, though, it wasn't the change, it was the repetition. So we strayed, all of us, looking for something new, looking for some novelty. The rant on passion fruit, one of many Carolla is known for, isn't just a radio bit. Driving past the Getty Museum, his son, Sonny, asks him if he's ever been. And what comes to mind for Carolla? He said, I asked a guy there for regular iced tea. They brought iced tea. It tasted like potpourri, stuffed into a gym sock and put in warm water. I handed it back, said, can I have a regular iced tea? And the guy says, that is iced tea. I said, it's passion fruit iced tea. He goes on, the guys who won the Civil War for us sat around and drank iced tea. Iced tea has been a part of this American fabric for its entire existence. And at some point in 2006, we all lost our minds and replaced it with passion fruit. No one knows what passion fruit is. Nobody wants it. That's my best Carolla. You're welcome. I can't disagree with a word of it, and yet even I can feel the little flare of annoyance that comes with hearing it and reading it for the 100th time. I can only imagine how Sonny feels. So What is it that makes passion fruit iced tea so annoying, while other things, heard just as often, bring on a different emotion? The things worth replaying aren't finished performances. Usually they're ideas. They leave room to grow. But if nothing changes, eventually all we're left with is that repetition. One of my favorite podcasts is Bill Simmons and The Ringer's The Rewatchables. More than stars and thumbs up, they judge a movie based on rewatchability. What better way is there to judge a movie? Would you rewatch it or not? But over the years, the movies almost become secondary. The real stars of that show are the categories that emerged along the way. Most rewatchable scene. What's aged the best? What's aged the worst? The Dion Waiters Award for Best Heat Check Performance. Casting What Ifs. Everybody loves casting what ifs. And Apex Mountain. Every rewatch reveals something because the categories become the lens. You're not just watching the movie again, you're asking different questions of it. In Casablanca, Elsa asks Sam to play it again as time goes by. And when Rick hears it drifting across the room, he comes storming over. Sam, I thought I told you never to play. And he stops cold because there she is. It's Elsa. The reason she needed to hear it was the very reason he couldn't stand to. But the song hasn't changed. They have.
Leave him alone, Miss Elsa. You bad luck to him.
Play it once, Sam. For all time's sake.
I don't know what you mean, Miss Elsa.
Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by.
Oh, I can't remember it, Miss Elsa. I'm a little rusty on it.
I'll hum it for you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Sing it, Sam.
You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by.
Sam, I thought I told you never to play.
Isn't that great? Now, I've read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance 10 times, and I'll probably read it 10 more. I revisit it like I'm at a wine tasting. Instead of reaching for the next varietal, I stay with the one I love, checking to see if there's more to know in that same familiar bottle. The Grateful Dead invented and then they reinvented these long, meandering live versions of their own songs. They'd never just rattle off a 3-minute radio cut, although there was Touch of Grey. The song was the framework, and every night they built something new inside that framework. They did it with other people's music too, a whole catalog of covers that sound nothing like the originals. Kurt Cobain wrote In Bloom as a shot at the bandwagon fans, the ones bellowing along to every song but never understanding any of them. He wasn't happy with what Nevermind became. Too clean, too polished, maybe a little bit too inviting. The bandwagon got bigger and bigger. He wanted grunge and punk, and the album came out shiny, ready for MTV. Then Sturgill Simpson got a hold of In Bloom. He slowed it down, hollowed it out, made it a ballad, and put it on A Sailor's Guide to Earth, a record he wrote as a letter to his son. The same song Cobain aimed at the posers became a message, or a warning, to a kid. This is how it works, at least with the good stuff. You return to it years later and find it's grown wiser on the shelf. Carolla spent decades railing against novelty for novelty's sake, against replacing something good with something that's merely different. And that idea holds up. But the example grows tired. The best ideas outlive their examples. Ironically, Carolla became trapped by his own. His listeners, including me, started looking for something different too. But I give him credit. He's still out there doing his thing. New platform, then a new format. And driving home from Green Lake, from that hang with the guys, you know what I did. I queued up the old iced tea rant once again. And you know what? I smiled. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? This time, though, Carolla was telling his son about the perils of dragon fruit iced tea. History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. He said dragon fruit is now the new passion fruit. It's tasteless. It looks cool. Chicks like it because it's got a cool name, and it presents good, he tells his son. It means nothing. Don't ever fall for this passion fruit thing. Then Adam goes on. He says he and his son were pulling into a Mexican place with a drink special. His son pointed at it. You want a passion fruit margarita? Carolla says, get the F out of here. But he's happy about it because his kid gets it. And you know what? The passion fruit iced tea is pretty much gone. And the dragon fruit is trending out as well. Iced tea. Civil War iced tea is back, baby. Big Lemon and Lime will rejoice. We return to things because they're still giving. They reveal something new each time. More left in the bottle. And that's why I'm already looking forward to that round at Green Lake next summer. Same course, same friends, probably the same beers during and after. Nothing will have changed except us, ever so slightly, but enough to get us back out there together to play it again. There we have it. That's the pod. Thank you for listening. If you like what you hear, please share it with a friend. Give it a thumbs up. And if you've got a few extra seconds, give it a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you are listening. The engagement will make you feel so good, and it'll help other people find the show. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
All right, there you go, America. I love you. I'm proud of you. I mean it.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. This is great.